Hi everyone, Laura Cruz here. I am one of the marketing coordinators for Planting Seeds Farmers Market. I had the opportunity to go to the Colorado Farmers Market Association's annual meeting last weekend, and I got to learn a lot about the cottage food laws. Now, a lot of you have been asking us questions about those, and we are seeking to be a resource for you. So I am going to kind of sum up what I've learned there, and I will tell you that they are making some word changes to the law, and I will show you the biggest one that I think that affects you here coming up. But other than that, I just want to go over the opportunity that is there for cottage food producers. Again, we want to be a resource for you guys and answer all your questions. If you have more questions after this, we will try to answer them as best as we can. You can email us at plantingseedsfarmersmarket@gmail.com or hit us up on our Facebook page. Just search for the Planting Seed Farmers Market on Facebook. We'll pop right up. But we are pretty active on that page, so we're here to help. I would like to say that we do welcome cottage food producers to our market. We do want to make sure that everything is lined up and complies with the law. We want everybody to have a great time and be safe and to have just a really great opportunity. So we are going to jump right in here, and I'm going to go through what I learned and hopefully answer questions that have come up. So an overview here of the cottage food laws. Basically, Colorado legislator put this into effect to allow individuals to produce, sell, and store limited types of food products from an unlicensed home kitchen. So what that means is that you can create, bake, make certain type of non-perishable foods to be sold directly to the end consumer. Normally, the kitchen would be inspected and need to be insured by the Colorado Department of Public Health. It would have a certificate. You do not need this if you're a cottage food producer. But to be a cottage food producer, you have to meet certain requirements, and there's some things to keep in mind. Number one, and I don't have this on here, but I do want to say that all the food needs to be created by normal, let's say, kitchen equipment. So you cannot be producing food from commercial grade kitchen equipment. So let's say you're beating up some bread batter or whatever. That has to be in a blender, like a kitchen mixer or whatever, that's meant for a home cook. It cannot be an industrial commercial strength mixer. Okay, so all the equipment that you use as a cottage food producer must be for the home user. Food products must be sold directly to the end consumer. So you can do this through farmers markets. You can do this through your actual home. You can wherever you have the ability to meet someone face to face, basically, and sell, that's where you can actually, conduct your business. You cannot sell this business or company and they resell for you. You'd have to do those type of products then in a commercial kitchen. The next thing here, the net sales for each product must not exceed $5,000 annually. And there's two things I want to point out here. Number one, net sales. Okay, that's net sales. So that's your profit. So let's say you make cupcakes. It costs you $1 to make each cupcake, and you sell the cupcakes for $1. It costs you 50 cents to make. Basically, your net sale for that is 50 cents. That goes towards the $5,000 annually then for that product. Also, for each product, that's something to be noted, is that let's say you make brownies, and one you have plain brownies, and then another one you have brownies with walnuts, and then you have brownies with walnuts and marshmallows, and the other one is brownies and marshmallows. They are 4 separate products. All right, so anytime you change an ingredient or add something, take something away, this is a different product. Same with jellies. You have rhubarb jelly, strawberry jelly, rhubarb strawberry jelly. They're 3 different products. All right, and then the profit from them goes towards that annually. So you can make $5,000 profit from your strawberry jelly. Again, sales by retail food, wholesale, or consignment establishment is not permitted. This is for the home producer to sell directly to the end consumer. That's what the cottage law is put into Act 4. It is important to note that a cottage food producer has to be and has to operate as a sole proprietor. So now I think this, I'll be honest with you, is a catch-22. I myself am an LLC because I think that protects more of your assets and everything like that. As a sole proprietor, you're a little less protected, but you can only be a sole proprietor and sell cottage produced foods. All right, so if you are an LLC, you do not qualify to sell underneath the cottage food laws. Your foods then would have to be produced in a commercial kitchen, or create a company that is a sole proprietorship, and that's what you're selling under. But the company that you sell your cottage foods under has to be a sole proprietorship. So what can you produce as a cottage food producer and what's included under the law? You can create or make spices, teas, dehydrated produce, nuts, seeds, and they are including coffee beans in there, honey, jams, jellies, and preserves. It's important to note that jalapenos are not included in this, so you cannot produce jalapeno jelly. Fruit butters, again, important to note, no pumpkin is allowed in this. Candies, certain baked goods. Now, in saying certain baked goods, you actually have a wide variety. Your breads are included. Keep in mind dry cake mixes, anything, dry granola bars. You cannot produce meringues. Something that's going to go bad or has to be controlled with temperature to keep stable is basically not included underneath the cottage laws. So anything that can be basically left out and still safe to consume is what is included underneath the law. So going into what you cannot produce in a home kitchen that's required a commercial kitchen is, obviously meats, jerky, fish, shellfish, milk and dairy, anything canned, nothing canned can be produced in your home kitchen. Barbecue sauces, ketchups, or mustards. This also includes salsas in this. I'm sorry, that's up there in the canned parts. I just want to point that out. You cannot produce salsas in your home kitchen either. All this is scientifically based as of acidic levels, temperature control for actually processing the foods, but this is what we have. So all these would have to be produced in a commercial kitchen. Low sugar jams and jellies, which is where the jalapeno and the pumpkin falls into. Baked goods with creams, meringues, anything that has to be basically kept in the fridge to remain edible. Focaccia style breads with the vegetables and cheeses in. Raw seed sprouts, so these are seeds that are sprouted within water. You cannot resell them. So anyway, and if you have any of these, we welcome them at the market, but they have to be produced in a commercial kitchen. As you see the law kind of develop here, you will see more and more products either added to the OK list or taken away. Coffee again was added, so that's included as OK. They are clarifying cut fresh fruits and vegetables or juices made from them cannot be produced in the home kitchen. Ice and ice products, fresh homemade pasta, and sourdough bread starter. These are all have to be produced in a commercial kitchen. All right, a very, very important thing, the label. That's the label. And what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to give you a website. We're going to go to it together. We're going to check it out and look at it. But the label is very important. And that's one thing we'll be checking in our market just to make sure that the label is on there correct, just because we want to comply with the law. We want this law to be around. We want it to enable and empower people. So to do that, we need to comply with it. So on your label, you have to include the identification of the cottage food product. So let's say you're doing, brownies with walnuts, brownies with walnuts. You know what I mean? This is what it is. your name and address at which the cottage food product was produced. That has to be included. And here's something I do want to point out. So your current phone number and email address, this is the current law. Once the new law goes into effect, which could actually be in effect by the time I get this up, it will change to or. Okay, your current phone number or email address has to be included. Until that law does go into effect, you do need both. The date on which the food was produced, a complete list of ingredients. So if you used like a cherry mix in a pie, all the ingredients that were used in that cherry mix needs to be included. Okay, so a complete list of ingredients. Another important aspect to note is the following statement has to be included on your label as well. And that reads, this product was produced in a home kitchen that is not subject to state licensure or inspection, and that may also contain common food allergens such as tree nuts, peanuts, eggs, soy, wheat, milk, fish, and crustacean shellfish. This product is not intended for resale. So the statement must be on there, as it doesn't matter if you've never had a peanut in your house, or that you don't even haven't seen a shellfish, or whatever. It has to read like this on the checklist. This checklist has to be on there. And like I said, we'll go to a site and look at an example, and I'm going to give you the site as well so you can look at it on your leisure. But this has to be on there. There is a required training, and we will be asking to see your certificate, just so that we know that you do have the training. There is a couple different places that you can get it, and it ranges from a variety of prices as well. So ServeSafe has an online course, I believe, and it ranges in price. I think they also have classes around like that you can actually attend as well. Your local public health agency sometimes holds some at nominal prices. So you can get a class for like $10 or so. I've heard of people getting them. So you just kind of have to look and see what's out there. I know CSU Extension also just did a new one that is specifically tailored for cottage food producers. And I think that by far will be the best one as a cottage food producer to take. Although it is on the more expensive side, it does run at $350, which is the most I've seen for any of the courses. So it depends what you want to do. Like I said, you can find some that maybe your local public health agency is offering. You can always call them up and ask for as little as $10 or so. ServeSafe, I think they run about $150 for a full day, and I think that their online courses are slightly less. You do have to have training though. It basically takes you through safe food handling. Again, none of the courses except for CSU's is really geared to cottage food, but it at least meets the required training that is in the law. So if you are going to have cottage foods and be producing them and selling them, you do have to have a training certificate from a recognized place. So any of these here, including the CSU Extension class, is recognized. All right, touching on liability insurance. And I know like when you say insurance, it's like more money and everything else, but I can't stress to you enough the importance of product liability insurance. And I will say that at the annual conference, we found a great name of a guy, and when I say we, I mean myself. I am a producer, a vegetable producer, that I will be using their product liability insurance just to cover myself and my family. Just in case something happens that, you never know. So I know that it seems like another cost, but it is actually a very small cost compared to what it could save you in headache, heartache, and financial ache if somebody does go after you for any reason. A lot of people I know think that their homeowner's insurance is going to cover them because they're producing food in their home. That is not the case. Your homeowner's insurance does not cover a business endeavor. So if you're producing, brownies and you go out to sell them and, somebody, get sick or for any reason, your homeowner's insurance is not going to cover you when they come after you or sue you or whatever. So it's just a way to protect yourself. Again, like, we hope none of this ever happens. I'm just here to present the information to you and to strongly encourage you to get insurance for your cottage foods business. If you need a recommendation, hit us up on Gmail or Facebook and I'll get you that name. But again, please think of this. Again, it's just a good business decision. All right, that site that I've been referring to a lot is cofarmtomarket.com, and we're going to take a look at that together. So here is Colorado Farm to Market, again, cofarmtomarket.com, and this has amazing, just amazing amount of help, including regulations and licensing, value-added products, which is where we're going, and just if you have questions, you can click and get answers. So the value-added products is what is covered underneath the Cottage Foods Act. Now, a lot of this, you can see it's actually going to be produced in a commercial kitchen. So we're just going to go down here to Cottage Foods. So what are cottage foods? Here's your food handling training. So here's all these amazing little courses you can just click on and check out. Here's more resources. This is a great sheet right here, Cottage Food Checklist. I love this one. This one here, you can see the example of the label and everything that you need to have in order to know that you're complying with the cottage foods laws. They also have help for your business. So this is, if you've never done this before, and I don't in any way want this, to scare you. When I talk about, liability insurance, and when I talk about, you have to have this training and then you have to have this label, please don't let this be roadblocks to you. I want to educate you to empower you, because the whole goal of this law is to empower people that are home-based, to create some extra income and hopefully help you grow, that you become, more and outside of your home when and if you're ever ready. But it's a step, because I know I've looked into commercial kitchens before. They can be expensive. So this is a great way to get started with the accepted foods. So I'm going to leave you guys with this site here, the Colorado Farm to Market site. Again, amazing resource. Again, this is Laura Cruz. I cannot wait to see you at the Planting Seed Farmers Markets in June. I will be there. I know Yvette will be there, to help you guys and to see you through this, and to help you be successful. We want you guys to have this opportunity to create extra income for your family for whatever reasons, whether you want to stay at home or just create some vacation money. We are here to bring you guys the opportunity to make that happen, and then to bring the community together with great local foods. And we just thank you for being involved in whatever level, whether visiting the market, being a vendor, or just telling someone about it. We can't tell you how thankful we are for you and how excited we are to see you. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this. I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you have questions, we'll answer them as best as we can. Until then, we'll see you in June.